They burned it to the ground in just 2 nights. 25,000 lives gone in hours. Art, music, architecture turned into ash. But what if I told you that from those ashes, something beautiful was born? This is not just a war story. This is a story about rebirth, forgiveness, and the strength of the human spirit. This is Dresden, from firestorm to cultural renaissance. The untold legacy of Dresden's bombing. The jewel of Germany. Before the bombs fell, Dresden was the crown jewel of Saxony. Nicknamed the Florence and the Elbe, it was a haven for thinkers, artists, and visionaries. Richard Wagner composed here. Canaletto painted its skyline. It wasn't just a city, it was a masterpiece. But masterpieces can be shattered. The firestorm. February 13th, 1945. As World War II neared its end, the Allies launched Operation Thunderclap. Over 1,200 bombers from Britain and the United States dropped 3,900 tons of explosives. The result? A firestorm so intense, it created hurricane-force winds and temperatures hotter than molten steel. Even Winston Churchill, who authorized the mission, later said, "The destruction of Dresden raises a serious question." By morning, 25,000 civilians were dead. Dresden was erased. The aftermath. In the silence that followed, only rubble remained. Homes, families, history, gone. One survivor, a 9-year-old girl named Helga, lived through it by hiding in a cellar. Decades later, she would donate her pension to rebuild her beloved church. That spirit, that choice, would define Dresden's future. The rebuilding. For decades under Soviet rule, the ruins of Frauenkirche stood untouched. But after reunification, the people of Dresden with help from nations like the US and UK, began the impossible. Stone by stone, the church was rebuilt. Original fragments were cataloged like a 3D puzzle. "60 years later, in 2005, the bells rang once more. The Renaissance. To date, Dresden is a symbol not of destruction, but of healing. Music echoes again. Art breathes again. Peace lives in the city where fire once reigned. From the ashes, Dresden became more than it ever was. Dresden proves this. You can lose everything. Your past, your people, your pride, and still rise stronger with purpose. If a city can be reborn from fire, what's stopping you? Type rebirth in the comments if you believe in second chances. Subscribe and hit the bell for more stories where history meets hope. Because history isn't just about what happened, it's about who we choose to become.